Analyzing the Twist, Map 101, presented by Becky Martin. The hypothesis. The title of the dance itself, The Twist, reveals that the movements of the body will be making a snaking type motion. The video itself is filmed in black and white, signaling to the viewer that it was filmed a significant amount of time ago, before color was included on television programs. It is set up like an interview, most likely from a talk or variety show. The man that is giving the instructions on how to do the dance is an older white male. This is likely to show authority on a given topic. The use of the all-white dancers seem to show the viewers that the dance is meant for Caucasian youth. The movement of the twist itself requires the use of the hips, knees, and feet moving side to side like a swivel to the beat of the music. The use of the hips in the dance can be seen as sexualized, but the presentation itself shows a very clean and non-controversial direction of the dance. The partners are placed arm lengths apart, not touching at all. The distance apart makes the movement of the hips and legs less sexualized. So, the meaning of this dance and the video that the dance is shown in shows that this dance can be done by clean-cut white youth without being controversial in nature. Let's look at the structuralist approach. The colors of the video are the gray tones. The video is filmed in black and white, which leads to a muted gray appearance overall. The film itself is grainy and not crisp. The film is not shot in widescreen, but rather appears to be set in a small box with black bolstering on each side. The sound of the video is muffled and dull. The music is upbeat and has a steady rhythm and clear syncopation. The voice of the singer is also muffled, and at times it is difficult to hear the lyrics he is singing. The lyrics that can be heard round and around somewhat mimic the movement of the bodies. Speaking to the movement of the dance, the hips, knees, and legs, as well as the feet, move to the beat of the music. The movement of the dance is a swinging, pivoting type motion, relying on balance distribution from one side of the body to the other. Feet are planted on the ground, shifting from the balls to the toes, while rotating, opposite of one's arms. The feet and legs are spread shoulder-width apart, with a clear bend at the knee. The arms and hands of the males are outstretched from the body, looking almost like a gesture that would be made if someone was pretending to be an airplane while playing with a young child. The females' arms and hands are near the lower part of their bodies, parallel to their hips. There is almost a flick of the wrist, which contrasts the firmly planted toes and balls of the feet. The movement is relatively free of one's partner. The dance partners are looking at each other as well as at their feet. The primary image of a group of young adults dominate most of the video clip. They appear to be enjoying themselves and having fun, portrayed by the smiles on their faces as they partake in the dance. The shots of the camera move from close up to a more wide shot, as the instructor is describing and showcasing the dance steps. A close-up is used. From there, the video shifts to a wider shot as the dancers are showcased participating in the movement of the dance. More close-ups are used throughout the visuals of the dance, focusing on the feet and knee movement. Moving on to the post-structuralist approach. In the early 1960s, Bandstand was still a very whitewashed, wholesome dance and music show. In the video, the intended viewer for this dance would be Caucasian. Bandstand as a show likely would have been consumed by upper white middle-class adults and youth who had access to television sets within their homes. The movement of the pelvic area was considered somewhat controversial for the period. The dance was even forbidden in some places. Not like the normal partner dances, such as the foxtrots or the waltz. And those were still ingrained into the adult society. By using young adult dancers, bandstand was appealing to their audience. Social dancing still carried a whiff of the dance halls and brothels, which is why Clark's dancers were scrub-faced kids who looked like they'd just come from church. The twist acted as an open door to moving away from those prescribed step-by-step partner dances that had dominated a decade of the past. The beginning part of the 1960s saw society changing from rigid points of view about movement and dance, becoming more free, liberating, and expressive with movement. The use of strictly white dancers for the presentation portrays the thought that the show and its producers were producing the segment for an all-white audience, as well as the use of an older white male to give the instruction is striking. This speaks to the time and climate of the early 1960s. The civil rights movement was beginning to shine a light on inequality. Here is a strong connection between the movie and the Broadway musical Hairspray and the dance of the twist and bandstand itself. Some examples have resurfaced in modern days. Here's an example from the Fortnite video game. And also from the movie Pulp Fiction. And in conclusion, the dance craze, the twist, was a popular dance in the 1960s with teenagers and their parents. It was a dance that began to showcase the freedom in movement that the decade brought. The twist use of the smooth rotating movements by the body make it pleasing and entertaining to the eye. The upbeat music welcomes all to participate. It is an easy dance to engage in and adapt, as it requires no specific steps or following of a partner. Speaking to the dance demonstration video, the use of the close-up and wide-angle shots make it easy for the audience to view and understand the movements from the comforts of their own rumpus room. The aspect of the dance being distant from one's partner speaks to the shift of social norms and liberating oneself from the need of a partner. By using only white dancers on bandstand, it is easy to see the racial divide that existed in the 1960s. The program attempts to make the twist more palatable to a white middle-class adult population. The clear whiteness of the dancers is in opposition to the music of the song by Chubby Checker, who was an African-American entertainer.